Hey everyone, how you doing today? My name's Eric. As always, I want to thank you for coming by and checking out my video. On this episode of Smo'King, I'm going to show you our holiday meal, which is going to be smoked sous vide prime rib and sous vide shrimp cocktail. Now, I have just over a 6-pound 2-bone prime rib here, and I got a 2-pound frozen bag of shrimp. Now, I've done separate videos of both of these, and I'm going to leave links below that give you step-by-step detailed directions. This video here is kind of more of I'm still going to show you that while I'm cooking it and serving it and cutting it and everything else, but it's going to be more like family-oriented, hanging out with my kids. My daughter's going to sing a couple Christmas songs later on. And yeah, it's just going to kind of be a fun little way to celebrate the end of the year. Today is Christmas Eve. We're going to be eating this tomorrow for Christmas Day. And just want to document the fun times with my family. And of course, I want to thank all my viewers that have continued to support my channel and help my channel grow. I really appreciate it, guys. I wouldn't be able to do any of this without your help. So stick around. I'm going to show you how to do this step by step. Let's get cooking. Alright guys, so this is Christmas Eve, like I mentioned, and what I'm going to do first, I'm actually going to cook this sous vide, but I want to get some smoky flavor on it. So I'm going to smoke it for a couple hours on my Monument Grill's pellet smoker. I did a review video, I'll leave a link below, and also to their website. But on a big piece of meat like this, prime rib, you don't have to go crazy with fancy rubs. I'm going to use kosher salt, ground black pepper, and garlic powder. And I'm going to stick it on there for a couple hours, and then I'm going to vacuum seal it with some fresh thyme and rosemary and some garlic, and it's going to be absolutely delicious when we cook it tomorrow in the sous vide bath. I'm thinking if I let this smoked prime rib vacuum sealed sit in the refrigerator tonight, overnight till tomorrow, it's going to kind of intensify the smoky flavor. At least that's my thought process, and I guess we'll find out together. So like I said, we're going to start with regular old kosher salt, okay? This is the coarse ground, and I keep telling people on a big piece of meat like this, don't be concerned that, oh no, I think you put too much salt on it. This is a huge piece of meat, and this can take a lot of salt. We're going to kind of spin it around here. I'll put some here. And then I'm going to apply some ground black pepper and garlic powder. Just like that. I mean, it's not very complicated. You can see this has got 2 bones. And the butcher I bought it from didn't cut it all the way through, like 3/4, like right up to here. And then they put the butcher twine on there to kind of hold everything together. That'll make it real easy when we go to slices when it's done. Just like so. We'll get some over here. So anyway, guys, I'm not going to bore you with this. You know how this works. So I'm going to apply the salt, the ground black pepper, and the garlic powder, and I'll be back in a minute to show you the next step. All right, guys, here we are. Kosher salt, ground black pepper, and garlic powder. I apologize. My voice is still not 100%. I've been fighting the flu for around 3 weeks. I also wanted to show you guys what I'm dealing with here. This is the coldest I've ever tried to smoke something. I don't know if you can see that, but right now it is 7 degrees, but we have a wind chill advisory, so it actually feels like 10 below zero. And so I'm hoping my pellet smoker will be able to put some smoke on this for a couple hours. But the good thing about it being so cold is I don't have to worry about this thing sitting in the danger zone, because I'm going to use the smoke setting on my grill, which is around 165, 175. I don't know if it's going to be able to maintain that temperature, but I'm not worried about it, because even if it doesn't maintain that temperature, at least I'll be getting some smoke on it. So let me go grab my jacket and I'll meet you guys outside. All right, guys, I turned this on maybe around 20 minutes ago. I set it for 225. I just wanted to see if it have an issue getting there. And it's almost there. It's 212. But that's fine, like I said. So I'm going to move it back down to smoke, which, like I said, it's probably around 165 to 175. So and it seems to produce more smoke from the pellets, okay? So I'm using some competition blend pellets here. And yeah, let me go grab that prime rib. We'll be back in a second. Hey guys, just to let you know what we're dealing with here. This is the front of my house. Cleared the driveway here. We got around a foot of snow. We got a little Arctic storm coming through here. Very cold temperatures. But it's starting to warm up today. We're actually above zero. So I put it on here. It's nice to have a nice rack where you can lift it off and on. I put a little temperature gauge in there. It's at 200, so I'm not gonna kind of let this door stay open too long because I want some smoke. So that's it. We're gonna let it sit in here for a minimum of 2 hours, okay? Right now, showing it it's at 160 and dropping because I had that door open too long. No need to probe, no need to do anything. Our only goal here is to get some smoke on. All right, guys, it's been an hour, and this is definitely having affect the weather because it's hovering around 140 degrees, but I smell smoke, I can see smoke, and so it's struggling, but I get it. But that's why I don't have to worry about keeping it out here. So let's take a look after an hour. Let's see, what's that temperature gauge saying? It's right around 125. Here's the prime rib. You could tell, yeah, it's still cold. There's a little bit of warmth in there, but barely anything. So I'm just gonna flip this around real quick, and yeah, we'll give it another hour or so. One of the rare occasions where I can actually flip it around without having to wear barbecue gloves. All right, guys, woo, I'm gonna keep it closed here. I've had it open way too long. It's down to 116, but it's going through pellets kind of crazy, so we'll just let it do its thing. Woo, it's cold. I'm going inside. We're at the 2 hour mark. Woo, it's windy and cold. 171. Let's take a look here. Oh, it's really bad lighting. You know what? Let me get it inside and we'll take a look there. All right, guys, here it is. You could definitely tell it took on some smoke. It's a little warm. I just brought it in. I know someone's gonna ask me. So let's just go down in the center and see what we're looking at. 63 degrees. All right, perfectly okay to handle. I'm going to vacuum seal it. We're gonna put in some thyme in the bag. We're gonna put in some rosemary. I'll be back in a second. All right, I vacuum sealed it. I got these expandable bags, which I definitely would recommend just to make sure it's gonna fit. So I have the rosemary and thyme on both sides. I'm not adding any liquid because I think this is gonna sous vide. It's gonna render down. There's gonna be enough liquid in there to mix with this. We can make for an au jus. So there you are. Nice and smoky. I think sitting in the fridge overnight will just add to that. At least that's what I'm hoping. Throw it in the fridge. We're going over to some friend's house to help celebrate Christmas Eve, and then I'll meet up with you guys tomorrow morning, Christmas Day, when we put this in the sous vide bath, and I'll show you also how to make sous vide shrimp for a shrimp cocktail. See you guys tomorrow. Welcome back, guys. It's the next day, Christmas Day morning. This has been sitting in the fridge overnight. Man, it looks wonderful. So, I got my VacMaster SV10 sous vide machine. I'm heating it to 135. Normally I go 136, but this machine runs a little bit strong, so it's probably going to be running just about 136 when I set it on 135. So you're going to cook this anywhere from, I'd say at least 6 hours. 6 to 8 would be desirable, but you can even go all the way up to like 11 or 12, okay? So, another helpful hint. When you put the water in the sous vide, use warm water from in the vessel that you're cooking sous vide. Put warm tap water in there because it helps put less strain on the machine. If you just put cold water in, it's going to take a longer time to get the water up to temperature. I got a little rack in there, and I'm just going to place this in there. And also when you put it in there, make sure you don't put too much water because obviously you don't want this to overflow when you put it in, just like so. The only thing you really want to be concerned with is you want to make sure everything is completely under the water line. So that's perfect. Now, on these longer cooks at this high a temperature, you're going to get some water evaporation. So you can cover this with foil, or cover it with something. I got these Sous Vide balls that you can buy that are nice because they work in any size container. A round one, a square one, a rectangular. And they just kind of prevent any of that water from evaporating. Alright, just like so. I'm going to set the timer for 8 hours. And we'll see. You know, the great thing about sous vide, if 8 hours from now this thing beeps and I'm working on the shrimp cocktail and I still need another half hour, 45 minutes to finish up, you can let this ride another hour or two. It's not going to do anything other than keep the meat at that perfect temperature. So when you're ready to serve it, it's ready to go. That's another great advantage of sous vide. So there you go. I'm going to go unwrap Christmas gifts with the family, and we'll be back a little later on this afternoon. See you then. Alright guys, we're almost at dinner time, but time for a pre-dinner drink. I'm having gunpowder. It's an IPA brewed with green tea, and this is from the Brewing Project. They're down in Eau Claire. It's a little microbrewery just down the street from where I live. I want to get down there because I guess you can go in there and drink the beers right there where they make it. And this is 6.8% alcohol. And I've had this before. We went to, what was that restaurant?
Mycon.
Well, we had it at Mycon at the movie theater, but what was the restaurant we went that we had it? We came to visit.
Oh, at Northern Tap House.
Northern Tap House. They had this on tap. All right, so that was what I'm having.
Hence Tap House.
Yes. This is my daughter, Ava Grace, and my son, Kyle.
Hi, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We are having fun on Christmas. You got some good presents, huh, Ava Grace?
Yeah, and I'll show you guys later.
Okay. And Ava Grace is having a naked protein double berry. I think she had the regular berry, but she's never had the double berry.
It's better. It's better because it's double.
Special Christmas treat. And then Kyle, you know, this all started out many years ago with him doing the root beer reviews. And this is a new root beer we just came across. Black Bear root beer. Legend since 1931. And it's made in Glendale, Wisconsin. So that's what Kyle's having.
You know that sometimes the normal berry can be so boring, but when you add it to the double berry, everything is like awesome.
That's right. All right, Kyle. There's yours. Oh. I stepped on your toe.
It's okay. It didn't hurt too
My
much.
turn.
All right. Now, let's pour some. I poured your little milk glass, and I put a straw in there for you, Ava Grace.
Okay.
So let me pour some. We don't want you to drink too much, else you have to be able to. So the prime rib's been going. It's just past 7 hours. It's supposed to be timer. I set it for 8. And there's 35 minutes left, but I haven't even begun the shrimp. So I'm going to let it go another couple hours. So it's probably going to be around 10 hours, 9 to 10 hours by the time it's done. But that's the great thing about sous vide. You don't have to worry about it. All right, so let's take a look. Gunpowder IPA. I really like this. It's a little strong at first because it just hits you with those hops, but it's got a little sweetness to balance it out. All right. All right, guys, as always, I appreciate you stopping by. Thanks for enjoying Christmas with us. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers to our viewers. Thanks for stopping by. We're going to have some delicious prime rib and shrimp cocktail. Yeah, I really like it. Ooh, it's like a hoppy punch, but then at the end you get that little bit of sweetness from the fruit. Kind of melts it out. I think they said it uses orange peel. You can definitely taste it. Really good. I enjoy this. Good Christmas drink. Okay, Ava Grace. Hey, hold on. What do you think? Can you?
I taste this like little, like hints of berries. Like it's really.
Look at the camera. Tell them.
There's a lot of good things about this drink. It's just the berries taste really good. I don't know how to
Do they taste like
explain,
they're double berries?
but they taste really good. Yeah, like they added double
berries. There you go.
That's like our other word. Like fruit punch is punching fruit.
That's right. All right.
Yeah, it tastes like double berry.
And Kyle, with
It's
your
good.
Black Bear, was it Black Bear? Yeah, Black Bear root beer.
As much as I wish I could say something about it, it's really just generic root beer. There's not really anything else to it.
Okay.
It's kind of...
Nothing that stands out.
I mean, it's good. It's not a bad root beer by any means, but it's just.
Yeah, you
normal
like
root
that
beer.
stuff where you can taste different flavors, different, you know.
It's.
I get it.
It's
I
your
like
standard
beers that have a
basic
little bit
root
of
beer.
flavor too, so.
So, if it's worth trying, it's worth drinking, but it's nothing that
It's
stands
not
out.
your top tier.
It's either that or I've just drank too much root beer.
Alright guys, I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to get the shrimp out. I'm going to rinse them off. I'll be back in a second to show you how to do the shrimp. Shrimp are super easy. Buy them frozen in a bag, and we're going to sous vide them. And yeah, rinse it off in the sink with cold water. We're going to add some lemon and butter. I'll show you. It's super easy, and they only take around 40 minutes. So we'll be back in a minute. Say goodbye and cheers.
Bye. I already almost finished. It's gonna be an empty cup in a second.
Farewell, our fellow viewers.
Yes, farewell. Alright, so here's 2 pounds of shrimp. They were frozen. These are really nice because they have the tail on, although a few of them are missing the tails, but that's fine. And they've already been peeled. So, I mean, this was the easiest thing ever. I just put them in a colander, rinsed them with cold water in the sink, laid them in this tray, single file, and we're going to season them now. I have a half a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of baking soda. Now the baking soda, I'm going to sprinkle this on top, is supposed to help the shrimp maintain the kind of crisp texture that we like when we bite into the shrimp. And I don't know the science behind it, but it's, I guess, the baking soda with the skin and the flesh kind of just helps it maintain its moisture. So we're just going to put a little bit of that on there. You know, it doesn't have to be a whole lot, just so they're all sprinkled. And then I'm going to put a little bit of Lava Foodies Garlic Lovers seasoning. I'll leave a link below. Great seasonings over there. If you're familiar with my channel, you know I've used this many times. And this has got some garlic and some different spices, and we're just gonna, you know, this is optional, guys, but it's gonna make the shrimp cook in the sous vide bag and kind of have all these nice flavors. So there you go. Let me get some bags. I'm gonna get some butter and some lemon slices, and I'll show you how we do this. All right, so here are the shrimp. Just gonna kind of push this up front so you can see what I'm doing here. So I got a freezer bag here. I sliced up some lemon slices like this. I got 2 bags. I got another one set aside here. I'm going to take half of these shrimp, and you're just going to put them in the bag on top of these lemons. Not very complicated. And if you guys want to add a little bit of garlic powder, or maybe you like the Old Bay seasoning or whatever, but you know what? These are shrimp cocktail. I don't think they should be too overly seasoned, at least in my eyes. But hey, you can cook these shrimp sous vide any way you want. They're going to be the same consistency of a delicious shrimp cocktail, so do it the way you like it. You might discover a great recipe. You always got to be willing to experiment when you cook. And like I always say, there's no one right or wrong way of doing something. There's a lot of experimentation. Sometimes you succeed, sometimes you don't. Okay, so there you go. We got the shrimp. I got some butter slices here. We're just going to throw these on top. Not very complicated, like I said. I got the ends of the 2 lemons I sliced up. I'm going to take the one end. I'm just going to squeeze some of this lemon juice on the top, like so. And there we go. I'm going to squeeze that air out as best I can, and we're going to seal it up. I got a separate, it's a special holiday edition here at Smo'King Barbecue Tips and Recipe. I fired up my Innova, so I got 2 sous vide machines going at the same time. So let me do the other bag. I'll be back in a second, show you what we do. All right, here we go. 2 1-gallon Ziploc freezer bags, shrimp, and some butter, some lemons on the other side. Let's throw these in the sous vide bath. We're going to be cooking this at 137 degrees. Be back in a minute. All right, here I am. I have 2 1-gallon bags with the shrimp and the butter and the seasoning. we got the sous vide machine set up for 137 degrees. Now you can go at least, I'd say 20 minutes to 40 minutes seems to be the sweet spot. If they're really frozen and you're concerned, add another 5 minutes. You don't want to go longer than an hour because this is such a delicate thing that you can overcook it and it can turn mushy, which is not what we want at all. So I squeezed most of the air out. I'll leave a little opening on the end. You guys have seen this before. You're going to push it in the water. As you push it under, you're going to force that air. These are hard to kind of keep fully submerged, so you might need to use some tongs or something because they hardly have any weight to them. So I'm going to do that in a minute. And then I'm going to clip them on. And that's it. I'll start the timer, 40 minutes. We'll be back in 40 minutes, guys. There we go. Yeah, you definitely need something to hold them down. A pair of kitchen tongs would work, but nothing super heavy because you don't want to squish the shrimp. All right. Let me clip these underneath, like so. Kitchen tongs. Kind of push it under the water, lean it up against your container. Perfect. Sorry, my voice is cold. So there we go, guys. We'll be back in 40 minutes. All right, guys, it's been 40 minutes. I'm gonna turn it off. We'll take these out, and now what we want to do, because we're not ready to eat them just yet, is to shock chill them. Normally, I would put them in a pan or a pot, and I would pour, some ice and have a little bit of water in there. Oh man, look at these. But since it's like 4 degrees outside, I'm just gonna go throw these out in the snowdrift in front of our front door for a few minutes to cool down. And then we'll put them in the fridge till we're ready to eat. Be back in a second. Here we go, guys. We're just gonna put these in the snowdrift here. It's right outside my front door. And let me put a little snow on top. We'll cool these down. I'll leave these out here around 10 minutes and then I'll come out and put them in the fridge.
Hey guys, it's me, Ava Grace, and today I'm going to show you what I got for Christmas. And also my Opa and Oma gave me some money in their beautiful card, and I just want to thank them today.
All right.
That was very good. That's one of the things I got. And the first thing I got from my mom and dad, they gave me a little set of one of my favorite book series, The Secret Kingdom. The whole series in one big box pack. So, it's a magical adventure series book, so I like to read those. And this is, Santa gave me this, it's thinking putty, and when you play with it, it actually changes colors. How cool is that? And this is an Animal Tales magazine we just found out about, and this is my first time reading it, and it's pretty cool. It's about animals, and you know that I love dogs. And this is a Girls World magazine. It's like a girly magazine about different things and stuff. It's pretty cool. The next thing I got, guys, I got this this new book. I never even knew about it. It's called The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and my grandma gave it to me and thought it was a good book. It's a chapter book, and my brother said he actually read it once. And my aunt gave this to me. It's like a little, it's a diamond painting. You can make, it's like a decoration for your room. It's kind of like color by number. You can make a puppy with this one, like a dog. Next thing I got, because I like reading the Bible, I got a new Bible case with flowers, and Mom earlier, she put little sticker tabs on them for each book of the Bible, so if you wanted to look up a certain one, like Leviticus, you could just look it up that way from the tabs at the side of the Bible in each page. Well, maybe not each page, but yeah. And the last thing I got is this, it has a pod, so it charges with a pod. You stand it up like a pod. Oh, and I also got a case for it that has like, looks like oils. And it has a magnetic open and closing. Oh, is that cool?
That's really cool. Are you gonna sing us a song?
Yep. With my ukulele here, I just tuned it like a few minutes ago. Like 30 minutes ago, maybe. And I'm going to sing. I know if you guys might have saw the Christmas video from like 2 years ago, you heard me singing Mele Kalikimaka, but if you guys haven't saw that video, or even if you did, you know I'll just sing it again for you guys. If not, then it's a Hawaiian Christmas song, so let's get started. Mele Kalikimaka is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. That's the island greeting that we send to you in the land where palm trees sway. Here we know that Christmas will be great and bright. The sun will shine by day and all the stars at night. Mele Kalikimaka is Hawaii's way to say Merry Christmas to you. I don't have the kazoo this time. Here we know that Christmas will be great and bright. The sun will shine by day and all the stars at night. Mele Kalikimaka is Hawaii's way to say Merry Christmas, a very Merry Christmas, a very, very Merry, Merry Christmas to you.
All right, Ava
Is that
Grace.
good?
That was really good.
I got some good things for Christmas.
Yep. Say Merry Christmas to everyone.
Merry Christmas.
All right, guys, welcome back. We're at around 10 hours, okay? I'm gonna stop this. You notice here, it started to float a little bit right here where some air, came in. So I put a little cup. Get creative. You don't want something really heavy to kind of smush everything, but something to keep the food underneath the water line. So let's get this out here. So we're gonna cut this out and save this liquid because we're gonna make an au jus with that. I'm gonna let it cool just for a couple minutes. I'll cut it out of the bag. I'll be back in a second and show you what we need to do next. All right, guys, take it out, save that liquid. Dry it off with some paper towels. I mean, look at how beautiful this looks. It smells great. I can smell the smoke. All right. Now you can finish this any number of ways. If it wasn't so cold out, I would do it over a really hot charcoal grill. Put a little sear on every side for a few minutes. But since it is so cold, I'm gonna do the oven. I'm gonna put the broiler on high. I'll put it in a nice pan. We'll get a nice sear on this, and this will be ready to serve. All right, guys. Woo! Fresh out of the oven. Look at this thing. Oh, man. It smells wonderful. Let's take a closer look. All right, guys, here it is. Man. I'm gonna cut the string here. We're gonna remove these bones. And look, they did that with Festival Foods where I bought this. So, I've never done that before. I never felt the need, but okay. Let's just go like this. Right here, see how they kind of already did most of it? Cut right through that. Oh, look at this, guys. Oh my goodness. All right. Woohoo! Now let's turn this over. Let's remove these strings. Let's take this, put this to the side. All right, let's look at this here. All right, we're gonna slice some slices here. I'm gonna try to go thin. Oh my goodness, look at this, guys. That's why I recommend going sous vide. Dixie, my dog, agrees. But hang on, let's take a closer look, just so you guys. And I'm interested to see if this has a lot of smoky flavor, being smoked for a couple hours on that pellet grill. But look at that, man, perfectly cooked. Wow. All right. I'll continue to slice this, and then I gotta get the shrimp out of the fridge. I pulled them out of the snowbank. They're in the fridge. We'll add some cocktail sauce. We'll be back in a second. Man, look at this, guys. Oh, man. Around 10 hours? 10 and a half hours? Something like that. 135. Perfectly cooked. Look at this, guys. I just took it out of the bag. There's still like little clumps of butter because it's cooled down, like right here. Oh, and see the seasoning? Love a Foodie, garlic lovers seasoning. I'll leave a link below. Some cocktail sauce. Look at this prime rib. Oh my goodness. Let me get the family out. I can't even take it anymore. Merry Christmas is all I gotta say. Welcome back. I'm here with my whole family.
Hello.
My wife Monica, my daughter Ava Grace, my son Kyle. So
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Ava Grace, we cut up some very small pieces of the prime rib, but I think sous vide
Very
cooking
small.
it's made it very tender. I think she'll be able to eat it without chewing.
Right.
And
I mean, we're talking small pieces.
we got some au jus we made from the gravy. We got some horseradish. We got the shrimp. Okay, what do you want to try
Let's do it.
first? The prime rib?
So Ava, you have yours.
What do you-
And
let's all try prime rib right now.
okay.
Grab a piece.
Do I eat mine?
Yeah, eat yours.
Yeah. You try prime rib.
I'm gonna dip it. Hey, Kyle, you don't want to dip it in the au jus? I do a little au jus and a little
Oh, you're
horseradish.
waiting to do it with us. Okay.
Okay. Ooh.
Au jus and a little horseradish, like Dad. Okay. Here we go. Go.
Mmm.
Mmm.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
I'm impressed. I got this from
That is so good.
Festival Foods.
Wow.
It is good.
This is a
Reminds me
treat.
of Stater Brothers
Merry Christmas.
in California.
This
Merry
is a
Christmas.
treat.
Ooh.
This is a real treat.
What do you think?
We
Al?
haven't had this in a while.
It's really good.
This is really good. Even if, look, if Kyle says it,
You know it's true. Okay.
yeah.
One
No,
more.
this is good. One more.
Almost wish I bought a bigger piece, but it's so
Oh, I
expensive.
told you, Eric, when we were there. I was like,
Inflation
buy a
is
10.
taking a hit.
I told you to buy more, didn't I?
I know. We're fine. Okay. Now let's switch to the shrimp.
Okay.
Grab some little.
This is good. This is, and I do taste a little smoke on that, by the way. Okay.
Here.
You keep eating that. That's good stuff. I'll put
Put
some
the-
stuff in
Put
your
the tails right there.
Guys, it's really good, but I really don't know why this tastes like
that sounds
salmon. It just
Oh,
tastes
really?
like salmon.
Well, salmon is tender, kind of flakes apart. That's probably why. Ooh, got
It's
some
not
horseradish.
salmon though, so it's
Good.
weird.
A texture.
No, but it's soft.
I think it's
You like it
soft
or
like
no?
salmon. It
It's good.
flakes like
Yeah,
salmon
yeah,
because it's
yeah.
been cooked
Good.
sous vide. It's very tender. That's why.
No, this shrimp is good.
Okay, Kyle. Tell them. Look at the camera.
Alright.
Tell them what you think of the shrimp now.
How long have you had your channel going on?
Long time. 5, 6
many?
years maybe.
You've made
Oh my gosh.
you've made shrimp on here a few times, and I think this is the best it's turned out.
Do you know why?
There you go, guys.
It's called snowbank shrimp.
the
Maybe that's what it's gotta be called.
secret is after you sous vide cook it, you throw it in the snowbank.
There you go. Really, that's the best?
Wow.
It is good. It is good.
A perfect Christmas meal for
It is
me to
good.
celebrate with my family. I'm glad you guys could come along for the ride. I appreciate you watching. As always, subscribe to my channel, hit the like button,
Do it. Do
the
it.
logo on my shirt.
Oh my gosh. This
Click
is-
that in the bottom corner. You can subscribe. That helps my channel.
But you might gain weight. I'm
And
gonna
hey.
tell you right now.
Feel free
Don't
to
listen to
leave,
her. Don't listen to her. Subscribe anyway.
feel free to leave comments. I try to answer everyone that does. We'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for joining us for the holidays this year.
Merry
Man,
Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah.
that cocktail sauce got a little bit of horseradish in it.
Oh my gosh.
Well, now we gotta go eat.
Yeah, bye. We gotta go.
We gotta go eat.
Yeah,
We'll see you
bye.
guys next time.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.
Bye.